What's up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share the show. Phillies back in the win column. Let's go.
Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Agree to Disagree here every Sunday night. The sky is no longer falling, at least for today. That's Mr. Brian Wilson. I'm Greg Milokovic. No Uncle Sweeps tonight. Tommy might be a game-time decision. Hop in. Who knows? They both got a lot of things going on this time of the year. At the end of the show, we'll end it as we always do. Crumb of the week. We'll preview the Phillies-Dodgers series coming up. After today's win, this series means a whole lot more than it did even more heading into this road trip. But our main topic at hand and where we are going to start is going to be the Phillies squeaking out. Phillies dominating win today, 6-1 over the Seattle Mariners. Everybody showed up today a little bit. Zach Wheeler returned to his ace-like performance. We saw some power finally again from Kyle Schwarber. Bryce Harper, most importantly, Alec, Bohm, and Bryson, Stott. And every Sunday, we are brought to you, as we always are, by our doc, make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. 2 locations, Cherry Hill and Burlington, New Jersey. You can find him on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tell the doc, the boys at A2D sent you, and he'll take care of you. They take most of your insurance cards. Brian.
We're going to go all.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll
take all of them.
Yeah, we got us run the show tonight. We can say a few things.
Listen,
right?
Doc's a great guy. He'll figure it out. All right. All right.
Doc is
an
awesome.
He'll backdoor you in. It's fine.
Brian, it was awesome to see some baseball get back to being played the way we expect this team to be played today, and that's going to roll into our poll question. Our poll question is brought to you by Baggio's Bread, located in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, home of the best stuffed breads, tomato pies, sandwiches, cutlets, and meatballs. Mention A2D for 10% off your in-store purchase. They have a new location in Mount Laurel. Google them, find out where they are, and go get you some dynamite food. Brian, the Phillies win today will propel them to win the upcoming series against the Dodgers. Do you agree or disagree? Family out there, chime in the chat. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere you get your podcast to. We're there after the show. Brian, I'm going to agree. I think this is probably an easy agree. Maybe not an easy agree just because of our opponent.
We're going to be on the road against the second-best team in the NL. So yeah,
true.
And we swept them at home, so I'm sure they're going to want a little revenge. But no,
yes, but they're without a few guys though too, right? Mookie's still out, Freddie Freeman's still out. But I'm going to agree just based off of art. I think. I'll get into that.
Family.
His son, I think his son they mentioned has Guillain-Barré disease, something along that lines.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but that's terrible to hear.
Let's see here. I'll look it up. I'm probably butchering it. Yeah, Guillain-Barré disease. We'll get into what exactly that is later on. But he's out. Though. He's out. Yes, for sure. I think he did go home today. But anyway, back to the poll question. I agree, Bri. I think over the last 2 games, we saw some things from Harper finally starting to click, right? Not only was that double yesterday, Oppo Taco, right, or Oppo Gap, right? Now he's pulling the ball. So now he's getting back on time. And, of course, the big homer today really set the things at ease. Kyle Schwarber, again, 3 hits as well. Both of those guys on base with 3 hits today. That was huge from the top of the lineup. The one guy that is still continuing to struggle is Trey Turner. It's crazy how bad he's been.
He's pulling off
everything. And he's still batting over 300. He is. You're right. You're absolutely right, Brian. He is a weak ground ball short third base every time up right now. But I'm going to agree. Fam, what do you say, Mr. Willie? What do you think?
Well, for Turner, just to touch on that real quick, when he's going well, that pitch on the outside portion of the plate, he hits into the right center field gap and double or triple. And right now, he's just fouling that pitch off and then everything else he's just rolling over on. He's like out on his front foot. He needs to get. I mean, listen, I have fully confidence that he'll get back. 3 weeks ago, he was crushing the ball. It's been a bad last 2 weeks for him. But hopefully, listen, when we played the Dodgers here, he was crushing the ball. So maybe back to where he played before, maybe get some things going.
Yep.
And to me, just the biggest thing was good swings the last 2 days. We weren't even having. We were talking about this last week, and then it continued into the beginning part of the majority of this week. You can say bad swings. Like we weren't even hitting the ball hard. Just bad swings.
Bad at bats.
Easy out, bad at bats, not moving. I mean, granted, we lost 2 extra innings games this week, and the extra inning games are a toss up just because you start with the guy on that stupid phantom runner. But we just can't get anybody. How hard is it to hit a ground ball to the right side and get the guy to third base when you're up? When you're the first guy up in the extra innings. Twice this week, guys, left-handers up, just pull the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
All you have to do, and then a fly ball scores them. And we just can't get that done ever, which is very frustrating. But we played better ball this week than we had been playing previously, and obviously finally got the win today. But a couple close outcomes. I think we're starting to turn the corner. Obviously, we need Ranger back. I think they said he's going to pitch against Arizona, which is the next series.
Yeah,
after the Dodgers.
I think they said a full bullpen tomorrow, which then sets him up for the Dodgers.
Arizona,
which is huge. Or Arizona,
D-backs, D-backs.
Which is huge because
we need him.
Yeah.
I mean, flat out, we just need him back. Obviously, Tyler Phillips has been a great story, but you can't count him to be awesome, And then he got roughed up in his.
He got touched a little the other night.
That's going to happen. I think people were saying it looked like he was tipping his pitches, and if you're tipping your pitches, then you're going to get smoked. So
I did hear that. That's a little interesting.
Yeah, I didn't was at work, so I only saw it was already 8-0 when I came home. So I was like, okay. But so I mean, I don't know. I didn't see him pitch really at all because he obviously was only an inning and a third. But that's concerning. Hopefully he works on that. Hopefully he's not tipping pitches because obviously he looked great his first few outings, and then that was crazy to see them absolutely explode on him like that. So would make sense that if he was tipping his pitches, then you could be like, oh, okay, well that's why they were all over him. Luke Raley hit a ball to Canada, so
I don't know if it's still going.
Might still be orbiting, yes. But I mean, listen, just better swings the last 2 days. Obviously, Saturday's game, we should have won that game. We blew that game, and then losing extra innings, obviously. But better swings. We played better the last 2 days. Great game today. Much needed game today. Wheeler was dominant.
Awesome.
He could have went CG easy. We probably
he could have.
We pulled him.
I thought he was going
because
to.
We got those runs. If we didn't get those runs, he would have. I think.
I almost thought he was going to even with the runs, just because the bullpen. Essentially, we had 2 bullpen games back to back, right? Just to give him a full off day, right? But Ruiz didn't pitch yesterday, so
once we got to the 6th, I think if let's say Harper made an out and it was just only 2-0 after the Bohm home or Stott homer, then he probably still comes out, I think, for the 9th.
And Josh Cage agrees with you, right? He said he thinks the Phillies had much better ABs in this series against the Mariners. And they did, right?
They did. Much better. Hitting the ball harder. I mean, Mariners made some unbelievable plays, too. Like, just ridiculous. The Robles catch today was absurd.
Yeah.
Completely blind over his shoulder. What would it? Are we serious? That's how you know the baseball gods are just against you right now. When he caught that ball, I was like, you got to be kidding me. And then it came back in our favor when Marsh catches the one that he can't even see.
Yeah.
The following inning. Which
David Roskett chimes in. What up, David?
What's up, Dave?
Mike Trout should be traded this offseason. Agree. Okay.
I mean, they're not going to trade Trout now, Dave, just because of the fact that they're not going to get much for him. He's been hurt for 3 of the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, they're not going to trade him until he shows value again. What's up, Rob? Congratulations,
Robbie. Congrats, brother.
Yeah, congrats, brother.
Congrats, brother.
Pove recently engaged the big Pove.
Big Pove.
Definitely
type of win.
Yeah, I would agree. And obviously, we've in history, recent history, we've played pretty well in LA. Played well in LA last year. Played well in LA the year before that. So
not so much. I'm looking at the 23 series. That was in May. That was the 10-6, 13-1, 13-4 debacle. I think the last time we were in LA.
Am I thinking of when we were home and then, I guess?
Yes. Last 23 and home, we took 2 out of 3 from them.
Okay, maybe that's.
Because I was looking that up too.
I thought it was in LA. Maybe it was 22 in LA that we played well.
The site I have up has a block, paywall block. So I can only go back. Yeah, everyone
of course.
Nickel and dime. But
whatever. We need to play well.
Like LA and Arizona, two places we traditionally don't play well in.
No,
right?
no.
So we're gonna have to get back on track, and hopefully this is that win that needs it. Because throughout this series, to you and Josh K brought it up, right? Brandon Marsh, 2 hits or 3 hits off of lefties, right? Like, he's staying involved. And now Salcedo got tittied again today, but Brandon Marsh hitting against lefties is a good thing, right? So we're starting to see good things come back from this lineup. The thing that scares me a lot, though, Wills, is this pitching staff, especially the bullpen, and the walks that we're giving up.
That's it right there. That's the number one thing.
Not because you take out the walks, the ERA isn't ginormous, right? The losses aren't ginormous. We are just walking way too many people right now. And I don't even really want to count that last one against Estevez because he struck the guy out.
Yeah, but he still walked him in the end. He didn't strike him out.
In the end, he did, yes.
But
that umpire, yeah.
I know. I mean, you're correct. The umpire's shit, but they've been shit for the whole year, I feel like. I think it's 5.1 walks per 9 since the All-Star break for the bullpen. That's
unacceptable.
Outrageously high. Outrageously high. You just can't win that way. The number one killer for a bullpen is walks. You got to make them put the ball in play. You can't walk people. I've been known to, threaten newborn lives over walks out of the bullpen. I can't have it. I can't allow it. I cannot have it.
Yeah,
okay?
no,
So
absolutely.
You got to clean that up. That's got to be cleaned up, number one. I still like our bullpen, but you can't be walking guys. And recently, the walks have come back to hurt us because that's how a solo homer becomes a 3-run homer when you walk guys.
Absolutely. Josh, I think if Harper and Schwarber are going to hit and get on base, the Phillies can beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3. SJM says, "What's up, fam? Although the win today was good all around, none of us have anything to lose by agreeing to the poll. The Phillies have struggled in every facet recently, so I agree, but with mad confidence." Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, SJM.
At some point, it's going to turn around.
We're too good, though.
We were just saying this going in. Sorry, Greg. We were just saying this coming into the show, though. But for how down it seems around here, especially the way we played the last 2 weeks, I think 3-14 in our last 17 going into today, which is just awful considering how good we were. But you look at that, and then after win today, still 6 games up in the division, and still second best record in baseball, best record in the NL. It's like, for how bad we've been playing, we're still sitting perfectly fine, sitting in the catbird seat. We just got to turn it around. That's all it is. And I think the hits are coming. I'm feeling good about this. Now, granted, I'm a little biased because West Coast, I work till 10 p.m., so I love a West Coast trip. Kid, sign me up. I love a West Coast trip. So I'm going to be able to watch them pretty much all week. I think 10-10 every game for LA and then 9:40 for Arizona. So I'm going to watch them all week.
Most of them, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm not going to lie to you. So they better play some ball because I'm going to be watching.
Yeah.
And if not, I'll be coming out cooking next Sunday.
If we're staying up to watch these games, they better be playing well, right?
Absolutely.
What up, Peter?
What up, Pete?
SJM, this week could be momentum to get back to 25-plus games above 500. Let's take it one at a time. It's Jenga. Got to knock one. Yep, for sure. Josh, that Robos catch was lucky as hell.
Yeah, it's unreal. It was unreal. He didn't even see it going to his glove.
This win, SJM, this win could be momentous for the Phillies. I think you just said that.
Yeah.
But
I
think
don't
the
care
end
if we're 25-plus games above 500. I just think you guys got to win games.
The bullpen has literally gone from the penthouse to Buffalo Bills. Well in Silence of the Lambs, no lotion for any of our relievers out there whatsoever, for sure.
Puts the lotion on the skin, yeah.
What's up, Eileen?
What's up, Eileen?
She's pumped about the Phils, absolutely. Johnny Malmos, Dr. Negative, disagree. Only hope they take 3 out in Arizona. Still think they lose 2 in LA. It's definitely possible.
Yeah,
LA's
100%.
The pitching matchups are going to be good in LA, right? I guess, kind of to Johnny's point, right? Tomorrow we got Nola versus Glasnow. Tuesday we got Dirty Sanchez versus Clayton Kershaw. And Wednesday we got Tyler Phillips versus Gavin Stone. So it's essentially pretty even matchups when you think about it, right? Sanchez is having about as good a year as Kershaw is, even though he's a veteran, because he's coming back from injury. This
Well,
is only his third or fourth start.
Hasn't been very good, so hopefully we can light him up. But we also haven't hit lefties very good, so we'll see.
We also have a different lineup versus lefties. Yes.
Well, we need to. Our lefties can't hit lefties, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think obviously you would think it's going to be low scoring tomorrow. Hopefully Nola throws well. He threw well last outing. Didn't go our way after he came out strong up a 3-run homer, but he pitched well. And Glasnow's been slightly shaky recently, but he's been, he's obviously got very high K upside. And the thing with him though is he can tend to be a little wild. I think we can work the count with him and get his pitch count up. Like today, they did a great job today getting Logan Gilbert's pitch count up, because Logan Gilbert's a stud. Nicky Castellano's great at bat in the second inning. I think like a 15 pitch at bat. Ended up grounding out, but like a 15 pitch at bat, great at bat.
Bryce had a long one yesterday.
Yeah, just to extend those starting pitchers and work their, get their pitch count up, because you know how it is this day and age. Nobody's going 120. When they get up around 100, they're out. So get him out of the game, score some runs off the bullpen. That's the name of the game. Hopefully we can do the same thing with Tyler Glasnow tomorrow. And would love to get this. Would love to come out with a W in the first game of LA tomorrow. That'd be huge.
For those of us just joining, here's our poll question for today. Answers, let us know what you think in the chat. The Phillies win today will propel them to win the upcoming series against the Dodgers. Just a minute ago, we did go over the pitching matchups that we will see in LA starting tomorrow. Eileen wants to be a ball girl for the Phillies. Eileen, they have tryouts every year. Go give it a shot.
Honestly, I'll be fine with however this goes. If we can go 4-3 in the 7 that's left on the trip, I'd be okay with.
That's a 500 road trip.
Yeah, I'd love to go 5-2, but 4-3 I'd be okay with. And then, like you said, then we go 500 on the road trip. It's fine.
And I think after the span that we had, I think almost a 500 road trip.
Yeah,
it's a win, right? Even though it's not necessarily a win, right?
No,
but you take that because because especially the way it started, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we were down bad the first 2 games. Now you come back. So as you said, right now you're going
3 in LA, 4 in Arizona.
Yeah. So you're going
4-3. I don't care how it happens.
Yeah.
I don't care how it happens. Just 4-3.
Yeah, Martian, I don't know, man. It's getting tough. It's getting tough being the fill-in guy all the time. No, I'm kidding. Tommy had a long day on the diamond. I think he won a chip, right? So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He came out a winner, so we'll give him that benefit of the doubt there.
No benefits from me. Benefit free. He does have a newborn though, so I'll give him that one.
Yeah,
I don't care about 13-year-old baseball.
I think it was 16 to be honest with you, but I don't know.
And anything that starts with a teen in baseball, I don't care.
It's true. We only have 7 likes over on YouTube. Let's get that up, please.
Let's get 20.
Let's get 20 spot. Yeah, I would love a 20 spot.
Any kind of 20 spot, I'll be here for it, honestly.
Too off to get Crumb for egging on the crowd and then airballing. Yeah, I saw the clip. I'm not watching any of it, so I will be betting heavily on tomorrow's games, though. So
I'm actually gonna. He's not gonna get my Crumb, but that's a Crumb type move
for sure.
I mean, it was just like an end of the game hoist of a 3, though. It wasn't like a in the moment big shot
from half court too.
But I understand. Obviously, he had a shot to play for the French team, so the crowd has been booing him like every time he's steps foot on the court. He hasn't played well though, so maybe play well and then silence the crowd. I don't know, but I mean, Team USA looks geared to get to the final. They have probably the toughest game before the final would be the winner of Australia and Serbia, who we already beat. Looks like that's how it's set up, at least. Australia's pretty tough, but they got Josh Giddey. They don't have really any size, so we should just kill them down low. And then it gets to the nitty gritty is, are you going to see Germany or are you going to see
Serbia?
Well, or it could be
Canada.
Yeah. Canada, Germany, Serbia. It's going to be one of them 3, and you're going to have to come to play in the gold medal game. That's pretty much what it's going to have to come down to. And the women have it pretty much locked. I'm curious for some of the other events still, but I don't know. A lot of the swimming is pretty much over, which I like.
Yeah.
And the track and field, a lot of that was
just
today. Yeah, a lot of that was today, actually.
Good night, Eileen. Have a great night.
See you, Eileen.
Good night, Eileen.
What up, Tommy?
What's up, boys?
Thomas.
I knew you couldn't
Brian.
stay away.
I'll come in for, you know what I mean? I'm a grinder, you know what I mean? It's hard for me to miss stuff. I'm like the Cal Ripken of life. You know, this is the Cal Ripken of life. Just made that up. Felt good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Johnny, we were 7-3, 6-4. I'm still standing by 6-4, but when the road trip starts the way it is, I'll take 5-5 at that point because we're winning, as Wilson said, 4 of our last 7. So, and
I too many numbers in that sentence, John. I lost you a little bit there. I can't. I'm trying to.
All he's saying is one game doesn't make a road trip, and he's right.
100%.
One game doesn't make a road trip. But when that
7
one
games
game
left, can we go 4-3 over the last 7 against 2 good teams on the road? I mean, that's pretty much where we're at right now.
But also with that, in that one game, you see a return or a pulse from your best player, right? You see some pulses from other guys who have been struggling, right? So yeah, while that one game doesn't make a road trip, it can sure turn it around and get you back to playing good baseball.
I would argue that we played pretty well Saturday. Besides the one horrible inning that the bullpen had to they tied the game.
Well, I was just looking at this at the last 6 games, right? New York through Seattle, and for the most part, we're scoring enough runs, right? 3 runs, 4 runs,
the bullpen
5 runs.
Shit. Yeah,
the bullpen has been really, really bad, and that's a huge concern as we get deeper in. And we touched on it. We also
we mentioned it before Tommy hopped on. The walks, I think they said today, 5.1 per 9 since the All-Star break. That is 2.1 per 9. I'd be upset with from the bullpen. 5.1 is egregious. That just can't happen. That's how solo home runs become 3-run homers and you lose games. It just can't happen. It cannot happen. We weren't walking people earlier in the year. You got to get back to throwing strikes.
No, the whole game's throwing strikes. Make guys beat you.
Absolutely.
That's the whole point of guys bat 300 to go to the Hall of Fame. Like, make guys beat you all day. If a guy beats you, he beats you. Right? Then you make the adjustment the next time he's up. Right? But if you're, you know what I mean? If you don't throw strikes, you don't win in this league. Shit, you don't win in Little League.
I was going to say, you don't win any league.
You don't win at any level from the time a pitcher starts throwing the ball to a batter. You're not winning at any level from 8U on up if you don't throw for strikes.
That's just facts.
Not a tough formula to figure out here.
And Martian, I mean, listen, Canada is the most likely team for them to face in the gold medal game. I would agree. Canada's got to beat Germany though, and they're no walkthrough. And Canada, they'll lack size. Who's Canada's big guy? Dwight Powell? Stop it. Kelly Olynyk? Double stop it. I mean, come on. Canada's good, got good guard play, but they lack size. U.S. should beat Canada if they play them. I might be more concerned with Germany. Germany has size. Germany's got a couple guys that can play and they can hit shots. Dennis Schroeder's been there before. I like both Wagners. Germany's tough. France is going to get beat. They're just got 2 tall guys. That's all they have. And Evan Fournier. If Evan Fournier is not playing the Sixers, he's not scoring.
He's not. No matter what team he's on, right? If they go 4-3, that's 5-5. That's what I said the other night. Not necessarily negative. Show me other than the Dodgers sweep of them beating good teams. They haven't done it. Well, they've beaten who's in front of them, Johnny. Like we're 3/4 away through the year, and they're the second best record in baseball. I'm done with they haven't beaten anybody.
I mean, we've beaten plenty of good teams. I'm not doing this tonight.
Yeah, we've been shit for 3 weeks, and we're still the best team in baseball. I mean, obviously we've won some games, John.
And listen, we got the start. We got the start we needed today.
Yes. Wheels was dominant.
Wheels up. What was the poll again?
Oh, sorry, Tom.
Oh, I just love to get
it was the
Phillies win today will propel them to win the upcoming series against the Dodgers. And before you jumped on, we went through the pitching, so I'll give that to you. Noah Glasnow, Dirty Sanchez, Clayton Kershaw, and then Tyler Phillips versus Gavin Stone.
I want to say 2 out of 3, right? I would hope today propels something. Like, I don't know if this is the end of this little book here of struggling a little bit. like we've mentioned about throwing strikes, we mentioned about not good enough starting pitching at times, the offense being anemic at different times. It's been when you lose, everybody loses, right?
Yeah.
You don't lose just one way, right? Especially when you're this good of a team, you're losing because everybody's sort of going through it together. Everything's contagious. I was joking with my guys today, like we had a walk, and they weren't walking a lot of guys. Like everything's contagious. Like during a mound visit, like you see it. Like you might say, "Oh, I walked," right? Like okay, but you just created 2 other walks because it's easy to swing at bad pitches, guys. Look, guys do it all the time. We watch it. So you know what I mean? Like the winning AB is winning AB, and they haven't. In terms of the Phillies, they haven't been doing a lot of that. It was nice to swing it better today. So I mean, I guess I'll agree because I want to agree.
Yeah.
More than I really believe it right now because again, they got a lot of guys scuffling.
That's why I said to me, over the next 7 games here, which is the rest of the road trip, you got to go 4-3. Makes it a 500 trip. That doesn't. I don't care if you go 1-2 against Dodgers, 3-1 against Arizona. I don't care if you go 2-1, 2-2. However you do it, 4-3. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, you just got to play better baseball. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, this isn't some like Rubik's Cube here of figuring out what needs to be done. I mean, this is better at bats. I mean, that's where it starts with. Starts with better at bats. Starts with throwing strikes, right? So, I mean, we watch enough baseball. And we watch enough good baseball from this team this year to know, like, okay, when they're going well, these are things they're doing well.
Yeah, and he looked good today. And honestly, good at bats today. Hit the ball hard today, and majority of it was Wheeler, but threw the ball great today.
Well, you need that. I mean, that's why you pay a guy to be an ace in this league. We talked about it for years here, right? You pay a guy to be an ace to end the losing streaks. That's what aces do. They end the losing streak. So, that's exactly what you need. It's exactly what the doctor ordered today, and Wheels Up delivered it. And now you hope that can carry over to pitching a little bit because we talk about things being contagious, right? So now you hope, okay, can the pitchers get back to dialing up? Now the trade deadline's over. You're not worried if you're coming or going now, right? And now we can maybe get these guys in some roles because that's the big thing. We need to get guys in roles here so they can start feeling good about themselves. Because like we talk about, I don't want Hoffman to be in the 6th inning.
No, I don't like that. I didn't like that yesterday.
Estevez. Well, yesterday it's forced. Well, yesterday that was forced upon you because you went with an opener. You didn't go with a starter. So
you had Ruiz or Marte, so I understand why they went Hoffman.
Threw pretty well though after the first inning from Kerkering. Allard was throwing the ball pretty well. I think he could have got another inning out of him, but I just don't like going to the guy that's been pitching the 9th for the last 2 months in the 6th. That's just a weird move to me.
And then you're going to get what you get from him.
Yeah, then he lets up 4 runs.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't like hard. You put guys in spots they're not used to or not comfortable with, whatever inning it is, right? It's the way it goes.
What's up, Donnie?
Hey, Don. Hey, Donnie.
Marcia, when you lose, everybody loses. Tell that to Sean Desai. The man got fired twice in 1 year.
Well, I mean, nobody else lost but him. Besides Nick. Nick's like a
What's
chaperone.
Up, Chuckster?
Nick's now like a chaperone to the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. Like, hey, chaperone Sirianni.
He's an RA.
It's amazing. Like that's all that happened. Is there's like he answers the other guys. He answers the other cats.
Wilson's. Come on, SJM. We don't have to puff his head up right now.
The head's been puffed. We're good. I mean,
Wilson's wisdom is global. I'm going on a limb here. Phil's outright sweep the Dodgers. Let's effing go.
Yeah,
as you guys have said already, the Titans have been cheeks for the 3 weeks and still at the top. Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. Sure. They sweep them. That's it. I have no money, and if they sweep them, I'll send you $50 because that's how sort of sure I am that's not taking place. Now, listen.
No, I mean you want to get that into the air, kind of get that going. We're fine with it.
I'm not against
it. Take a sweep.
They haven't done anything. They haven't done anything.
Swept them once this year.
Yeah.
Which would probably make them think that they're kind of want some blood, and
they're still missing Betts. As we said, too, they're missing Freeman.
Yeah, but they haven't done anything.
Freeman, but
they haven't done anything over the last. They haven't done anything over the last 3 weeks to make it feel like we're going to go somewhere and sweep anybody right now.
No, of course not.
But I mean, love to have it.
I was hoping for 2 out of 3 from Seattle, and then the first inning and a half without 8 runs. I was like, all right, maybe gonna be tough.
Well, I fell
SJ
asleep last night, 5-0 or 5-1. I'm like, this should be good. And then in my head, like right when I was closing my eyes, I'm like, I know when I'm gonna wake up to. And I woke up and the game was back on. Like, you know what I mean? Like I fell asleep with the game on, so I woke up with it back on.
Yep.
Right this morning, and right when the disaster was happening, I'm like, oh, yep, nailed this.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
SAM strikes, more strikes. The reason Dombrowski snagged Banks and Estevez, then shipped out Soto and Dominguez. I hope Topper facilitates more permanency with the key roles. Yeah, I think he will as our starting pitching continues to get back to health. Right, you know, it's when you're using an opener and a middle guy in Allard because we don't have Ranger and stuff like that to fill out the rotation. It's going to be tough, but I agree. I hope so too.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Estevez had that dude struck out, you know, and but I think Estevez is a good move, and you couldn't go with Dominguez and Soto anymore, like SJM said there, because of the fact that they just don't throw strikes. I mean, Soto let up 3 runs in his first outing, I think, with
amazing.
Baltimore, with getting 1 out after he talked shit on the Phillies.
And apparently too,
Gregory.
Apparently, Soto asked for a trade.
Well, no, he said he wanted to be moved because he didn't have a role.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you can't throw strikes.
You can't throw strikes.
I feel like I'm on crazy pills.
Throw strikes, and you could have taken Alvarado's role real quickly.
Yeah, well, I don't think enough guys have roles, so hopefully that changes.
No, yeah. I agree. I would prefer roles. I think guys perform better when they know what what's expected of them every day.
Yeah, I did say he's a chaperone. Martian. Nick Sirianni is a chaperone for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I love to debate Tom, and I don't think that's debatable at the moment. I mean, the guy doesn't do anything. We saw him try to call plays at the end of last year. He better not do that again.
Nope. Steer clear.
Wide receiver screens and QB draws, I'd avoid. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Hopefully he doesn't seem like he's a big rah-rah guy either, which is usually the guy that gets that role, the Dan Campbell type. So I don't know. We'll see how this season goes. We got a lot of talent.
Fam, we got the Dodgers coming up. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. If the Phillies are going to beat the Dodgers in the series, wins 2 out of 3. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Stay with us. As Eagles football season approaches and the Phillies playoff Red October brings it on as well. Even Tigers fan was happy to see Soto going. We suck. Yeah.
Facts.
SJM Tom, if they don't sweep, I'll drop 25 on the super chat. I still got your number from the early H2D days during the Chip Kelly era, so you can Venmo that 50 piece.
I'm expecting to send it.
Marshall has my thoughts exactly. Imagine a pitcher being who can't throw strikes, complain about his role.
I wish they would give me a role so I could have more guys get on base against
so
me.
I can blow more games.
Yeah, I would love a role to walk, guys.
So, Wills, you weren't on since the deadline ended. What is your overall thoughts on the trades, the deadline? Did you like them? Did you want more? What are your thoughts? Me and Tommy have had a chance to discuss it, dissect it. Go for it.
I mean, I did want more. I mean, I guess they're just they're unwilling to move the top prospects, obviously, is why we didn't get more. But I mean, I don't hate Hayes. I think I don't know why we're playing him every day. I feel like he's a platoon guy. He's not an everyday guy. He's a guy against lefties. That's what he's shown throughout his career. We're trying to seem to make him like an everyday guy. I don't think that's going to go well. I like Estevez. He's got good stuff. He comes in as probably should be our closer. Best stuff now. So that should be good. We just really need Alvarado to throw strikes, basically, because we're going to be counting on him. He's our top lefty. And he let up a homer the other night. I mean, he still hasn't been great. He needs to get his stuff back. That's where I'm at, because I'm a little nervous. Like, I might have went and got another arm. I know we got, who's the guy we got at the end there? Banks? Banks?
Yeah.
I don't know shit about
Adam
him.
Banks. No, not really Adam
Tanner Banks, I think.
Tanner
I might have preferred the cake eating Adam Banks, honestly. But I don't know. Tanner Banks, not sure. I don't know much about him. And I know a lot of guys in the MLB, so that's not a good sign.
Yeah,
Is he a lefty?
Yeah, he's a lefty.
Okay, well, he's a lefty at least.
The
Hopefully
one
he comes
common
strikes.
denominator of all the guys that we've gotten was Dombrowski's had his eye on him for the last couple of years.
Okay.
That's one commmmon theme that
I
you
do trust
heard
Dom,
throughout.
though, usually. So.
And he's under control, right? So although we did give up, a potentially high-level infielder in Bergola, at least highly ranked. I still think he's low in the system. But regardless, he's under control, right? I think only Estevez is the only guy not under control.
Yeah, and apparently they're already talking about giving him a deal. I saw.
Yep.
So
I heard the same thing. So
well, that would make sense because we give up 2 decent arms for him. So you got to keep him.
Yeah.
So Martian asked, who would you classify as more?
Yeah, that's where I would go. Like, I don't know what.
And I know that's this guy right there.
Well, I want Mason Miller. I wanted Mason Miller. I don't care that he broke his left hand. I would have traded Aiden Miller for him. But
they didn't trade him at all. So I almost question how much they didn't trade Rooker. They didn't trade anybody. So
yeah, they actually kept Butler, Rooker, they kept all of them. Seth Brown, I was surprised.
Yeah, Langoliers.
They've actually been hitting the shit out of the ball, Oakland. Maybe they're like, you know what? Maybe we're kind of good.
Carlton.
I would have taken Carlton Banks too. Carlton can at least get a little dance going.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a little bit more on the side of like I think they did enough, right? I'm more on that side. Like yeah, you can go make a big splash, but this team already is a splash. So you're just trying to add good guys that fit into that splash and can contribute in roles, right? Hayes brings you another righty in your lineup, which you desperately need, right? And if he plays every day, okay, that means Marsh is playing every day too. So if Marsh is playing every day, I got no problem Hayes playing every day, right?
That's true.
The only way I would have a problem with Hayes playing every day was Marsh was getting platoon with Rojas, and I'd be like, okay, calm this down. We know Johan can't hit, all right?
Yeah, I don't mind. That's true.
And I don't mind him in once in a great while. Right.
And Hayes is a solid left fielder too, which is
he's
good.
solid and he's athletic, right? So I'm good there. And I think Estevez was the guy we needed. So if it wasn't Miller, we didn't have other guys on our radar. But if you told me my consolation prize was Estevez, I would have signed up for that. So
no, I'm okay with that too. I agree. He's a good pitcher.
Now I hear you like, okay, maybe another lefty, but guess what? There ain't, lefties don't grow on trees.
I'm just looking at other guys around the league, like the other contenders, and it looked like they did more moves. That's all I'm looking at. The Braves did more moves. The Dodgers did more moves.
They also are chasing us, though.
They're
right?
chasing
so they
us.
had to.
I agree.
Besides the Dodgers, right? Like besides the Dodgers, because Dodgers are always loaded with talent. Like how many? We're talking about. Teams didn't have like as much talent as we do. Like the teams that are out there making those moves are not as talented as the Philadelphia Phillies are already assembled outside of the Dodgers. So, like what everybody else does, because you're playing catch up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I already did my moves. My lineup's already set. Like there's nothing I'm going to go add to my lineup. Okay, it was a Luis Robert. It was an Ozuna or a Rosarena. Sorry. It was either a Rosarena, it was like a Roberts, or as a guy like we didn't think about, like a Hayes. Okay. Yeah. Like, okay, they're all like a Rosarena is the best of all three, in my opinion. All right. But like Hayes is solid. I'll take Hayes. Right.
No, he's not bad. I'm not saying Hayes is bad.
No, I'm just saying, like talking about all the moves that happened. Like, I don't think we, like thoughts on Jazz Chisholm. I like Jazz, but I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna say he doesn't fit here, but we don't need another lefty. Like, if we were righty,
he actually doesn't really fit here.
If we were righty heavy, like they are, like the Yankees could use another lefty bat. They got a lot of righties. We got a lot of lefties. Their best hitter is, we can make a case our best hitters are righty too, but we obviously have more left-handers.
Well, honestly, Tom, they just needed another bat because it was like Soto and Judge are doing everything and the rest of the team's doing nothing. So they needed another bat. They didn't care if it was a righty or lefty, honestly. I don't think.
No. I couldn't agree more. I mean, it was like, I couldn't agree. So more.
And Seattle, if we're literally thinking about the team that probably made the most moves was Seattle, and they're in the West. Or the AL West, so we don't have to worry about them.
Well, Robles looks like, he figures something out.
Yeah, well, that catch today was absurd. But he's been hitting the ball well.
I just watched it, by the way.
Yeah, absurd. Absolutely. Yeah. When it happened, Tom, I was like, we're gonna lose this game. This is unreal. And then Marsh the next inning caught the one he couldn't even see. And I was like, maybe we are gonna win this game.
Hey, we're good.
We're good. Got the luck back, right? Don trolling a little bit with his profile picture. Phillies didn't need to make a move, they just need to stay healthy. That's good point.
Listen,
Yeah,
I do agree that we.
Eddie Everett. Sorry, I'm late, fellas. I didn't get the alert.
Agree.
Congrats, Tommy.
Thanks, Eddie. I appreciate
What's
it,
up,
brother.
Sorry, Wells, I cut you off there. My bad.
No. I mean, I do agree that we didn't need a whole lot more. I was just concerned over the. Now, granted, we got rid of 2 of the guys that have been walking a ton of the people. So I was just concerned over the bullpen.
And then we kept walking people once they left.
Over the last month.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Sir Anthony and Soto, responsible for like 50% of the walks. So I'm fine with them being out the door. See ya.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, listen, it's World Series or bust for me. It's how it's been the whole time. I think that we're good enough to be there. Let's just get this train moving in the right direction here. Obviously, a great win today, and let's keep it going. Let's build on this. And like I said earlier, I get to watch West Coast games, so let's have a good week. Get it up.
For sure. So, Dynasty, you don't want to see Strom in the playoffs? Strom's one of the guys I want to see in the playoffs.
No, yeah,
he's the one that scares me the least.
Strom has hit a little hiccup here, but he was so good early on. You expected a hiccup. I just need him to not walk people. He's walked some people recently. Get away from that. But Strom's one of our guys. I mean, he is. Yeah. He's definitely one of our go-to guys.
Yeah,
Alvarado, if he's not throwing strikes, he's not good. Yeah,
he looked good. Yesterday?
Usually, you can tell right off the rip if he's
his first couple of pitches. Yeah.
Well, he left the homer Friday.
He came back yesterday then and pitched well.
Good. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's just like you can say this about any closer in baseball, right? If you're throwing strikes, you're
usually pretty good. Yeah,
you're probably gonna be decent. So, it's simple. It's simple. I hate saying it's simple, but it's like it's hard to do, but it's simple.
Yeah, and the last thing you want to do as a closer is let up multiple runs. Those crooked run innings are what kills you. You let up a solo home run, okay. You let up a solo home run. You don't want to walk 2 guys and then let up a 3-run homer. That's what you don't want to do.
And it's
that's
funny
the shit that we've been doing.
And they also find the worst times of the inning to do it, right? It's usually with 2 outs. Right, all season, my dad's been sitting here saying, "Oh, 2 outs, just get the 3rd out." Obviously, we know that out's the hardest, right? But he keeps every time it happens, you look up, it's 2 outs, and it's just like, "Oh my God, Dad, shut up!" First of all, but also Phillies like lock in here, right? We need 1 more out, and then that's when you start walking guys and extending innings, and that never goes well for a bullpen.
Yeah, 2 outs and you walk the 9th batter. I mean, I feel like I see that constantly.
Martian wants to know, is Wheeler better than Phillies Halladay?
Right now, I would say he is. But, we got Roy kind of late in his career. But Roy was dominant first 2 years with us. Kind of fell off after that. But I think Wheels is top of his game right now. To me, if Wheels throws great the rest of the year, he might win Cy Young. Yeah. Granted, the kid from Pittsburgh might win it. But Wheels throws dominant, he might win Cy Young.
I just wonder if because they brought it up on the other Skeens pitch today, and they brought it up on MLB or the broadcast.
Well, if he's dominant and they make the playoffs, he's going to win Cy Young. I mean, you might as well mark it down. They love that kid.
But he's only got 14 starts right now, so I think he's got to eclipse that 20 piece to even be in the running, right? Because to your point, all his other numbers are stupid. But I just can't have a guy that's pitched all year almost lose to a guy that's only pitched half the year, right?
Well, if the guy that's pitched half the year has a 1-something ERA and 1,000 strikeouts, then that's how you can make that case. But no, I agree. I agree. Listen, they're not going to, they're not slowing him down. He's going to be pitching. So I would assume that he starts, unless he gets hurt, and I don't want him to get hurt because I do have him in fantasy. But unless they're not shutting him down, he's throwing. So if he throws great and they make the playoffs, Skeens might get it. But I think if Wheels is dominant, it's his award to lose.
Yeah. Did they win today?
Pittsburgh won, yeah.
Yeah. They're a couple games back in the wild card. They're 3.5 out of the wild card.
Yeah, they're making a push though. They've obviously been a lot better recently. I like some of their moves. I like.
They're 5-5 in their last 10.
I meant since Skeens came up.
Well, I agree there. Yeah.
I'm saying I like some of the moves they made though. Brian De La Cruz is a good move, under the radar, good bat. Yeah, and I think the other kid's about to come back.
They're one of Jaron Jones. They're one of those teams. I was hoping they went out and made a big splash. right? Got another bat for that lineup. I do like De La Cruz, right? But I was hoping that just because Skeets is going to be in all over, being talked about, stuff like that. And
oh my God, Greg, here he goes. You know what I mean? We know where this is going. You know what I mean? Greg only wants Pittsburgh to be relevant. He's the only person in the country who wants Pittsburgh to be relevant, not because he wants the baseball side of it. It's because he just wants Livy done.
I wasn't even going there.
He just wants Livy sightings.
I mean, I'm not going to say no to
it. We know your truths, Greg.
I know where this was going.
I'm not going to say no to it.
Everybody knows where this was going.
Everyone knows, Greg.
Not our first rodeo.
Yeah, we know you, creeper. Uber creep. Uber creep.
We got 22 people watching on YouTube. We only got 15 likes. Come on, let's go.
Hit
that
throwback.
Like, subscribe.
That's a throwback. Classic.
Big throwback. Oh my God.
if you like a little Uber creep, hit that like, hit that subscribe.
Get us over 20 likes. Let's go.
Everyone knows that you were thinking Livy.
I really was.
Everyone knows. Everyone in the world knows you were.
I just think that team's been so bad for so long, and with those three starting pitchers, Skeens, Keller, and Jones, when healthy, I mean, I don't want to see them in the playoffs, to be honest with you.
Yeah, their offense is a little weak, but they seem to play well against us. Brian Reynolds is a monster. Love Brian Reynolds. What's it called? Got hurt today, which sucks.
I thought
he's been okay, at least for the veteran. McCutcheon got hurt today.
Yeah, I know they didn't end up getting traded, but I would have loved for them to go get a Vladdy or a Pete Alonso, right? To shore up first base and just give them a masher in the middle of that lineup to behind Kutch and De La Cruz or just O'Neill Cruz and Brian Reynolds.
You don't like Rowdy Roddy Tellez?
Not for a full season, right? Dynasty, yeah, but your starter goes 6th, then you go Hoffman, Alvarado, Estevez. Yeah, I hear you. I'm more worried. No, but my point, though, Dynasty, was I'm more worried about Alvarado than I am Strom. Right? Alvarado over the last 2-3 weeks has been so shaky that he's now getting those 5th and 6th inning assignments, whereas Strom is getting the late inning assignments. So, but we'll see how it happens. You're right, though. In the playoffs, if the starter goes 6, we hopefully between Hoffman, whatever lefty they go to, and Estevez, we have that locked down.
Yeah, I mean that is the ideal. That's how you write it out. If you're scripting it out, that's how you script it. Honestly, I would prefer to scripted starter goes 7, and then we got 2 innings to flip flop those 3 guys around.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, listen. Obviously, we're about to play each other. Top 2 division leaders in the NL, Phillies, Dodgers. So it's a pretty big series. It is a pretty big series. And like you said, good pitching matchups, so it should be fun. And I get to watch all the games. I'm excited. 10-10 starts. Yeah. Love them. And all you guys that are going to complain about not having to, I got to get up early. No one gives a fuck. I can't wait. They're going to play good this week. I'm feeling a good week. Now you got me going 5-2.
Let's go. Then we go to another House of Horrors in Arizona.
Might talk me into 6-1 by the end of this show.
I just can't believe the Braves are 6 games back. You know what I mean?
I know.
I can. They're a good team. They've been playing well. We've been playing like shit.
Oh, I thought it was. I took it as how are you still 6 games back and we've been this bad? That's the way I took it. Not that they're still hanging around.
I took it like that.
I mean, we still have the biggest division lead in baseball. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We've been playing so bad. But yeah, hopefully it's behind us. We just gotta get moving here. That we've been so bad for a while. Hopefully we can put that in a rear view. But the Braves,
Don's right. The Braves and the Astros just won't die. Right? They just won't die.
I agree. The Braves issue right now, though, obviously, losing Albies as well as Acuna's been out, but losing Albies as well, that hurts them.
Kills them.
That hurts them a lot. But their pitching just has not been good. It just hasn't been. And Fried got roughed up again today by Miami.
And to that, though, right, well, so you talk about the trade deadline and them making potentially more moves than us. They had to, right? Because they have to account for Acuna being gone and guys not stepping up to take that place, right? Adam Duvall, Eddie Rosario, whoever else they brought up never panned out. Michael Harris is hurt too.
Jared Kelenic.
Jared Kelenich's having a decent year, but he can't carry the whole outfield.
He's been okay.
Yeah, he's had a decent year. And then you lose Albies, and you're right. Now you're starting to be like, all right, now I got to get more just to try and stay in it.
Well, what's his name who's had a shit year?
They're still there in the wild card.
Yeah, they're in the lead of the wild card, I think. But what's his name who's had a shit year is starting to hit, though. Olsen's starting to hit.
Yeah, he is. Because I didn't trade for him. I was too late to pull that trigger. You're welcome, Braves.
We're going to
blame
blame
you guys. Braves.
So we're going to blame
you
now, Greg.
And the other one, Schwellenbacher.
Oh, he's good.
He took off after I dropped him.
He's good.
I had him for like 4 starts in the beginning when he sucked. I dropped him. Now he's like, pew!
That happened to me with Spaghetti Arrighetti for Houston, who struck out 12 today. Yeah,
he's on
That's
my bench.
Great.
Yeah,
I dropped. He held up like
fun.
7 his first 2 starts. I was like, I gotta get rid of this guy. I think he's been dominant since. But yeah, no, I agree. Schwellenbach's good. I like him. He's got good stuff.
Yeah,
this always happens. The Braves just brings the kids up you never heard of before. They're awesome. Happens all the time.
Don. How do you see the AL conference shaking up? What teams do y'all like?
I like the Yankees. I still think the Yankees pitching might hurt them. Rodon hasn't been great. What's it called? It's been shit. Nestor Cortez and Garrett Cole is not back yet. He's back, but he's not back yet.
Right.
He got roughed up a little bit again today. He's struggling, we can say. So, yeah, I like the Yankees. I think the Yankees obviously have a very good team. They mash. Soto and Judge just mash. But yeah, they might run into some trouble with the pitching. Obviously, the Guardians are very good. They hit the ball. They throw the ball really well. Seattle is like that.
Sleeper.
And like you said, Astros aren't going to go away. The Astros are going to be there at the end. But Seattle's a sleeper because they just picked up some good offense with Justin Turner and Arozarena. And we've been saying how Robles looks good. But they can throw the ball.
They're getting Julio back. They're getting Julio back this week or next week.
Yeah, and then they can really throw the ball. Between Kirby and Gilbert, Bryce Miller, they can throw the baseball.
Yeah, and Brian Wu shut us down, right?
Yeah, he's shut everyone down when he's actually on the mound. He's just hurt a lot. He's got like a 2.2 ERA. I like Wu a little bit.
And then the teams that are just outside of that, right? You got the Twins and the Royals that have been playing really good baseball. The Royals have one of the best players in baseball right now, and even the Twins have one of the best players in baseball when he's healthy. Royce Lewis is an absolute monster when he's healthy.
I'm not sure you can say right now about Bobby Witt Jr. You can just say one of the best players in baseball. That kid is a monster.
Yeah. He's a stud. He's an absolute stud.
He arguably is the best player in baseball.
He might be. He might be.
I told you, I watched him hit one on the Mass Pike up there. Literally hit it over the monster, and I'm talking about in the gap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He hit it out of a stadium in a gap. I don't give a crap. That's when you talk about the greats back in the day. We hit it out of a stadium because stadiums were you could hit it out of it, right? Essentially, there's only 2 stadiums left that you can do that at, right? But there is obviously more. Right, you got some drinks going on.
But
you got drinks going on in Pittsburgh and San Fran. Obviously, you can get in the drink, have a little drink. But most places,
Dodgers. If you really get a hold of one, you can get it out of Chavez.
Yeah. So there's really not a ton we can get it out of. So you watch a guy hit a ball out of a stadium, you're like, oh my god, God.
And he's a shortstop, and he's got 30 stolen bases, and you're like, oh, this guy's got, and he's hitting 350. Oh,
and he's just
he's not bad.
And when you see a guy live, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
The build, stud.
And he's so nonchalant, humble when he's on when you being interviewed, he's just all about in the moment and team and stuff like that. Yeah, he's
killing Don right now. It's killing.
He's a monster. Should we keep talking about him, Don?
Bob's amazing, but F that guy.
53 and 60. 53 and 60. Nick Maton or Bobby Witt.
Bobby Witt. I love it.
Wasn't it?
I got a question for Don.
Wasn't that the second baseman that we
traded?
Are we
happy?
Yeah, for that we had. Yeah.
Are we happy with what you got for Flaherty? Because I'm not sure I would be. I think they just moved Flaherty to move him. I feel like almost they got the Dodgers 12th and 13th prospect. What are we doing? You want Jack Flaherty? I'm gonna need top 5 prospect. I would have said no. You don't get him.
Flaherty to Dodgers for 2. I'm gonna pull it up just to make sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think
Tigers receive Theron Lirianzo and Trey Sweeney. But I think they did well in other deals because they got that Michael Vargas too in another deal with the Dodgers.
No, that wasn't them. That was the White Sox, right?
Oh, it was the White Sox. Yeah. My bad. Good call.
Don hurt again. Don's hurt again.
That was like a 3-team trade, which is very rare in baseball, I feel.
Don's finding a way to get hurt by a 27-win team.
It was underwhelming, Don. I agree.
That's the only guy. That's the only guy in America getting hurt by a 27-win team. Can you believe it? Oh, my God. Oh, it doesn't happen.
You're better than the White Sox, at least. You are better than the White Sox.
I mean, we're better than the White Sox, and that's not saying much. At least over the last since the All-Star break. Sorry, I should clarify.
Minor league team's better than the White Sox.
Yeah,
I thought you meant us, like specifically, like the
three
of us.
Oh, we might be able to pull a team together that's better than the White Sox too.
Probably not, but never know. You never know.
I mean, I can't throw, but yeah, I'm in.
I can throw
or run.
I don't know if you want me to be on the mound game 1, of 162. Could get off to a bad start. I think there's hopefully some other options.
I don't know. I've watched the White Sox play. I think we might be able to get some things done. Smoke and mirrors, get some things done out there.
Steal a game or two.
I'll tell you what, it's a lot of things have changed when Detroit's just praying for football season.
Yeah. Can't wait.
CBS Sports gives the Tigers an A in what they got back for the Flaherty deal.
Really? Okay. I don't know. I didn't think they got enough.
He said, okay. Don just went 6 to midnight.
Don said, okay. Or he says, I don't believe anything that CBS Sports wrote.
Lirianzo, 21, is a switch-hitting backstop with big-time strength in 74 games in high A. He batted 220. He batted 220 in high A.
Oh, God.
And we're giving him an A grade. Those marks may not appear impressive because they're not.
Yeah, I know.
They're going to say that's a pitching leg? Usually those high A legs are like hitting legs.
Usually.
So what's their caveat? Like what?
He said because he's younger. He said those marks may not appear impressive at first, but bear in mind he's 2 years younger than his average competitor, and his OPS was 13 points better than the average. Some in the industry regard Lirianzo as a top prospect. As the top prospect. Others aren't as bullish, citing the possibility that he moves off a catcher and graduates with the below-average hit tool. Should that come to pass, and mind you, he's reliably struck out about 25% of the time.
Craig, he does not sell that good there.
I don't think it's a good sell. I think there's nothing to sell.
Craig said it was an A move. Then he was like, oh, by the way, the guy can't hit and he probably won't be able to catch at this level.
That's what CBS says it's an A move. Not me.
They say it's an A move, but some say he's going to graduate off of catcher. Imagine saying that.
And be a below-average hitter.
Yeah.
And be a below-average hitter.
Who strikes out a quarter of their time in high A ball.
Yeah.
There's some risk. Obviously, there's some risk with both Lirianzo and Sweeney that may compromise their actual value, but we think the Tigers did well enough to grant them the highest grade.
Okay.
And I'm going to say incorrect.
CBS Sports.
Who paid that writer?
Yeah.
R.J. Anderson.
I bet he's a Dodgers fan.
Probably fan of the team.
It's finding new levels to hurt their fans. Good luck with the bias.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
He'll probably have 26 a game.
Reggie, I love Reggie. I love me some Reggie Jackson. I've always been
I was thinking the baseball Reggie Jackson.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 10-9 ate me up, I got to come at me with a good time.
Hey, Don, we're back, baby. Well, we not back, right?
Back quick. We're out.
I might jump off the
roof.
Got it.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Stay on even ground, Don.
How much juice is Tyrese using? He's going to be like Barry Bonds game 1.
I hope he hits like him. Yeah. For sure. I'm not mad at him.
Don't give the league any more reasons to investigate. Yeah.
No, we don't need that. But the Sixers are going to be good. So they're deep. So we'll just leave that there. Wilson come at me all day. I'm looking at you. I'm looking right at you, babe.
I'm not even looking at you.
I want you. I want you. I'm looking at you to say, look at me.
Yeah,
look at me while I'm looking at you.
I love how the Sixers are good. Want me to go over this again for you?
No.
I love how we took a team of losers who've done nothing and added a fucking loser who's done nothing, and all of a sudden we're good. I don't get it. Paint the picture for me, please, Norman Rockwell. How are we good? We took a team of losers that's not good and added another fucking loser who's not good.
Well, you say one thing's a loser here. You would say Joel.
We are losers. We're a team of losers. We can't we can't win in the playoffs.
You would say Joel is. You would say Joel is.
Everyone is.
But it's not the same people here all the time.
Everyone. You want to know why? Because there's not a team in basketball that hits that Tyrese Maxey shot, okay, and then goes home and loses that fucking home game. There's not a team. We're the only team in basketball that will happen to. The only one.
So trade Joel.
We're losers.
So trade Joel.
I was on board. I would have.
All right. That's all I was looking for.
But I'm still here. I'm still here, and I'm going to be rooting. But I have zero confidence.
Okay, no, you can have zero confidence. I'm not saying not. I'm saying they're good. On paper, they're good. Now, what that turns into, I can't answer that one. But my crystal ball tells me probably not good, right? My crystal ball.
We should be pretty good, but I don't like the Daryl Morey always gives you three guys that he's like, oh, look at these guys off the bench when they're all 37, and they're like, oh, they're just guys that he likes. Oh, he was good 10 years ago. Oh, like Eric Gordon. He's great. Like, Eric Gordon's not good. Stop it. Please, stop it. Andre Drummond's good. No, he's not. Stop it. Stop it. He's better than Paul Reed. I'll give you that, but he's not good.
Yeah, but we still read.
So you don't agree that Reggie Jackson and Drummond about to cause
Jackson
wreck with the second unit?
Yeah, Reggie Jackson stinks.
Oh, I like Reggie.
If he's playing more than 6 minutes a game, we're in trouble.
No, I don't. I disagree with that.
Oh my Lord!
I think Reggie can give you 15.
Oh my God! Would you stop it?
No, I am serious.
When's the last time Reggie averaged 15 a season?
Probably recently.
No way. A decade?
Points or minutes?
He doesn't even play, Tom. He's been like the third point guard on Denver. He doesn't even suit up half the time.
He's not on Denver anymore.
Well, he was for a while.
I know he was, but he played. He played in LA. He played a lot of places.
I don't know about that.
I would tell you what you don't know, you don't know.
Greg, Google Greg.
Last year he averaged 22 minutes a game and averaged 10.2 points a game.
Huh.
Year before that, 19 points a game.
That.
Or I'm sorry, 19 minutes a game. It was, I guess he got traded midway through the year. On Denver, he averaged just 20 points or 20 minutes. On the Clippers, he averaged 26 minutes.
More than I thought, honestly. So I'll give you
10 points from the Clippers, 8 points from Denver.
Yeah, Reggie can play.
I'll take 10 again.
21-22, he averaged 31 minutes and just shy of 17 points.
Yeah, Reggie can play. Reggie can play.
Reggie can play, but I'll take 10 points a game.
Okay,
and he was a 36% shooter from three last year. When he was with the Clippers for bulk of the year, he was 35%. Dipped to 28 when he got to Denver, but that was only 16 games. But that 23 years when they won the chip though, right? So
yeah, he played meaningful minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're better just because Tobias isn't here.
And listen, I even though I'm making fun of Paul George, I'm on record saying that you had to get him. It was a move you had to do. You didn't have. There was no other move. You had to get Paul George,
and he's back.
I mean, you had to. If we're healthy, we're going to be a tough out. Now, I've been saying that for years, though. So, and guess what? I've been saying that for years, and we haven't been a tough out.
No,
because we haven't been healthy.
Oh God, that's fantastic.
You get me back. Full circle. That's about 4 minutes. I went full circle. 4 minutes. That's the life of a Sixers fan. 4 minutes, full circle.
Yep. Yeah, Jared McCain. We'll be back, baby.
We back, baby. We back.
Full Sixer show next week.
We back.
Preview, season preview coming next week.
62 wins.
Couldn't happen to a better team, Don. Couldn't better happen to a better team. 62-10.
No, 20.
It would be 20, Greg. Come on.
20.
I was gonna say, you want to start talking 72, Greg? Now we're getting a little aggressive. You got to figure Joel misses 20 games.
Yeah. It's all right. We got Reggie and Andre. No, I do like Andre because I'm bored. You know what I mean? Because it's rebounds.
At least when Joel's not playing, you can say he'll get 10 points and 20 boards. You can say that.
Yeah, and we don't rebound well, so I'll take anybody who can rebound.
I mean, we could. I think what's it called? Still getting rebounds for New York. Big white dude, Hartenstein. Thank God you let him leave.
Yeah,
thank God you let him leave. Thank God.
Thank God the Knicks are idiots.
Appreciate it. I mean, they're good. Boston's awesome. So, but we're good.
I'm just hoping that Boston, they got to the mountaintop. They get a little lackadaisical. That's what we're hoping. A little lackadaisical.
Yeah, a little enjoy the off
maybe a little like Tatum made the the Olympic team and Brown didn't. Maybe we start going each other's throats a little bit. Little in team fighting. Why not? Oh, and then they have an opening and they don't even take Jaylen Brown. They take the other guy from the team, Derek White. Whoa. I'm okay with that. A little in-team fighting, a little Boston massacre, a little Boston
Nike
team party.
Gate.
I'm fine with it.
Nike Gate.
A little team party.
Nike Gate. Martian is Hassan still in Japan trying to be a Ninja Turtle.
He might be, honestly.
He's definitely not at Jets camp, that's for sure.
Last I heard, he was doing some like anime shit, I think, in Japan. I think you're correct.
Oh, wow.
Well, he wants to be paid. If I was him, I'd want to be paid too.
Yeah,
Beyonce.
I can't blame him. I can't blame him. You traded for me, know what my deal was.
Thank God. Thank God we got rid of him.
Maybe we'll look at it from the other angle. Like, okay, you traded for me knowing I wanted a deal.
Yep.
You talk about Hassan Reddick. Like, Eagles said, you know what? We're not willing to give him the deal. So we'll move you. Right. And they took him on the Jets, and he expects to get a deal from somebody, and he's held his stance. And like Will said, as he should, I guess. I mean, these guys should make as much.
Tax for 3 straight years. I would want a deal too.
Yeah, these guys should make as much money as they can. You know what I mean? I'm on that because I know how much owners.
I know how much owners. Not for long. You got to get paid while you're there.
And owners are making a shit ton, and the league's making a shit ton. So why aren't they? You know what I mean? If they can hold out and get more money, time's yours. I'm not here to call people. I'm not here to talk shit about that anymore like I would in years past. I'm past.
Well, Don, I think a lot of that, Don, is because of the fact that he could have played for France. And he decided not to. That's the reason that they're booing him. Because you're right, though. You don't really see a lot of booing at the Olympics normally. But I think it's all the French fans. It's in France, so
it's a 101, Don. You know what I mean? It's Olympic 101 we just took you to. Doesn't happen often.
Martian,
you might see if he would have hit rip.
You might be right about that.
Yeah.
All right, 17 likes over on YouTube. Well, I need 3 more.
By the way, I would like to see Joel play well in one of these games. That'd be cool.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
Reggie way better than Lowry. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, and Lowry's still here too. So.
And they're both here.
Yeah.
Lowry's to me, Lowry's just a veteran presence. Philly guy, veteran presence, gritty guy. He won it before. Like, that's all to me. I don't even need him on the court, honestly.
Yeah, coach. You know what I mean? Player coach.
Yeah.
And Marcus Morris is probably going to come back too. So
another Philly guy, gritty guy.
It'd be a really nice way to round out that team. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're like really good. We get him because I always like Marcus.
Yeah.
And
those are guys, especially Marcus, just because he ends up in that big rotation. Right. That's a guy that might not play for 2, 3, 4 games in a clip, but then be ready to go. Right. That's the way he's built his career over the last few years, is being ready to go when he's needed.
Yeah, but he might have to play, be our starting 4. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Depending how you go with it.
I mean, I would think it's going to be Martin, right? But Caleb?
Yeah, I think Caleb or Kelly as your 4.
Maybe
Yeah, I think
depending
this-
on
And then-
depending on what kind of game.
But
it is.
either way, he's your next
Yeah.
guy in. He's your next guy in. So he's getting 15, 20. You know, he's getting 15, 20 a night minutes.
The Sixers vets would clean Denny's.
Out
Oh
on an
yeah,
early bird special.
yeah.
Yeah.
Special. Yeah. He messed me up. He messed me up because he missed the N in there.
Oh. After I wouldn't start talking about spelling with the debacle of the headline. All right, Greg.
God, will you stop over here? We're not supposed to bring that up. I heard France is billing you beat because of something deeper that happened with France and the Cameroonian people back in the day. Interesting.
No, it's like this. It's
No, I
like
don't think
this.
Don's Crumb is the NFL onside rule.
You know, dismissed it.
Yeah,
Dismissed it.
I am dismissing that. Yeah, incorrect.
Yeah.
I have no intimate knowledge of whether that's correct or not. I'm just going to say incorrect. They've been saying the whole time that France wanted him to play for the team, and he said he'd rather play for U.S. I'm pretty sure that's why. I know France. I think the reason isn't like the Cameroon. The Cameroon used to be partly owned by France. I have no idea. I know. So that shit goes back.
There is a connection there.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, Joel can speak French, so obviously there's
Yeah.
some sort of connection there. But I have no idea what that is. I don't know. I don't know the geography history of that area, so no idea. Couldn't tell you. I'll tell you. Well, no, we're gonna wait for Crumbs. My Crumb's gonna be good.
Go for it. We're here.
You want to
We're
start it
here.
right now?
Let's go.
I'll crumb it up. My Crumb is the Olympic basketball referees, mainly the South Sudan Serbian game, because it was a disgrace. I'm right with Luol Deng. I'm right with Royal Ivy. It was an absolute disgrace. South Sudan played well in that game. They just played physical, which is how they have to play. If they want to compete, they don't have as many NBA players. They have to be physical. And they were, I think Serbia shot 34 free throws and South Sudan shot 6.
34-6.
34-6.
Holy.
And they were in the game the whole time. And guess what? They didn't even need to win to advance. They needed to, if they would have lost by 3 points or less, they would have advanced.
Okay.
And they were in the game the whole time. And Luol Deng and Royal Ivy were pissed after the game. And they deserved to be, because they're a small country. I think they're like the newest country in the world, South Sudan. It's like, used to be just Sudan. Now that's like a different country, South Sudan. So they're like the newest country in the world. They had a chance to not only, obviously just making the Olympics. There's only 16 nations that make it. Just making it is impressive in itself. But to advance out of the pool play would be amazing.
Sure.
And they had a good chance to do that, and they got kind of screwed over. So the Olympic refereeing was atrocious, especially in that game.
Do you know whose spot they would have taken had they lost by 3 or less?
Yes, it was the team that we're about to play.
Brazil.
Okay.
So would that have been a third matchup with South Sudan then?
Yeah, we would have played South Sudan.
Interesting. KZ, I didn't know French history, so I would know.
Yep.
And he had no idea that Embiid was French. Yeah,
I just think
it's
he
the Cameroonian ties.
Yeah,
that's what it
because
is.
Cameroon is or partially was owned by France, or so. However that works, that you can be parts. It's like the same thing. Why when they were showing the surfing, it's in Tahiti, because that's France-owned Tahiti, which is an island. I saw them surfing. I was like, where the hell are they surfing in Paris at? And they're like, oh no, it's in Tahiti, which is a French island.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
France and Cameroon have a long-standing, extensive relations. Our civil cooperation is considered and covers many sectors. Governance, it doesn't really say why. Sorry.
Okay, so there's a connection there.
There is a connection. Long-standing.
That's why he could have played for them. There you go. Well, he did say he would prefer to play for Cameroon, but they're not good enough to make the Olympics. It's like, well, maybe if you played for them, they might be.
Yeah.
Well, and to France's point, or Don's point, France wishes they had him over Rudy.
Yeah, well, they were hoping to have Rudy, him, and Wembanyama, and just okay, we'll just throw the ball inside every time. Little did they know Wembanyama and Embiid shoot more threes than anybody they know, but...
Yeah. Tommy, I know you have a Crumb?
They're going to lose, though. That's what France is upset about, is they're going to lose, because France is not good enough. I watched them play a couple times. They're just not. Fournier is the only guy that can really score besides Wembanyama, and Gobert doesn't really score. He just gets rebounds and plays defense. So yeah, they're just not good enough. They'll lose.
No, I don't have a
Crumb?
crumb. No crumbs this week. Happy week.
Yeah. My crumb is going to be Gleyber Torres and his handling of the Jazz Chisholm trade and him standing on business, as the kids say. Aaron Boone went to him, asked him if he would play third base so Jazz could play second base, which is where he's played before. And I think the major league leader in errors at second base says, no, I'm a second baseman, which now pushes Jazz to third base. Where he's actually played pretty decently so far. But it's like, you're not a superstar, Gleyber. Like, if your coach wants you to do something different, do something different. And then he pulled him out of the game, I think, for a hustle reason this week also.
Yeah, he didn't
also
hustle
committed
on
an error,
Friday.
I think, in the first game or second game after Jazz was there. So I find it funny that you're gonna sit there and stand your ground and say you're a second baseman, but you're the worst second baseman in the league. And then you get a guy like Jazz who comes in there and goes, I'll play anywhere you want me to play just as long as I'm in the lineup. So just,
I'll move the other guy to third base. I wouldn't even give him a choice. You want to be in the lineup or no?
Don't worry, Don. The only time you'll hear it again is if you watch the show back.
Last time.
Yeah.
We're going to have a talk about this after the show, Don. We'll never want to hear him say that again. But no, honestly, Greg, I'm right with you on that because Gleyber Torres, Crumb, was supposed to be a superstar, not a superstar. Strikes out way too much, way too many errors. And on top of it, after this little spat that he had, he goes and doesn't run a ground ball out. And to Boone's credit, pulled him right out of the game.
Pulled him right out.
Like,
Loved it.
He also
I hate the Yankees, but I love that.
He also threw a ball at the Toronto bench today, which I also am a fan of. If you haven't seen it,
I haven't seen that.
Genesis Cabrera, I think it was. Somebody on the mound for Toronto. They get the ball back, and he's looking at it and he doesn't want it. He tosses it to the side, literally into the Yankees dugout and hits Aaron Boone.
Yes.
And Boone picks up and throws it back at the Toronto dugout. It's pretty good. I was like, I like that. All right. Okay.
I like Booney. I like a Booney. I like Booney. He's fiery.
He is fiery.
He's fiery.
All right, fellas. Anything else?
No, you don't have a crumb?
I just did it. He just gives.
He did.
Gleyber.
All right. Yeah, Gleyber. Yeah. Well, we got off topic for a second. We got on that. We got on the Booney. We went Booney.
We did get on the Booney.
Because he bench Gleyber.
No, yeah. I know. I just all right.
Go to bed.
I have a lot going on. All right. I'm here. Goodness gracious. I'm here.
Thank you to everyone in the chat. Appreciate all your comments. We try to get to each and every one of them every week. We are at 17 likes here as we end the show. Get that over 20 before we get out of here. Don says, great show, fellas. Congrats, Tommy.
Thanks,
Donnie, you're the man. Every Sunday, we are brought to you by our doc, Make 'em Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy. You can find him on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. 2 locations, Cherry Hill and Burlington. They accept most, we're just going to say all insurances. But you go in there, tell the doc, the guys at A2D sent you. He'll take care of you and get you all back right and back to whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Mr. Brian Wilson, Tom Arnone, I'm Greg Milakovic. No Uncle Sweeps this week. Have a great one. We'll see you next week.